There was a proof that showed up on my Twitter feed the other day claiming that 0.9 repeating is equal to 1. This proof showed up on my timeline because I follow Sabrina, who's at Nerdy and Quirky on Twitter, and she quote tweeted it saying that she has a degree in math, but she's still not sure whether or not it counts as a real proof. There were also a lot of people in the replies questioning the validity of the proof, and frankly, this isn't the first time I've seen this proof going around the internet. And every time it goes around the internet, there are plenty of people who are like, is this real? Is this actually the way to prove this? Now, I also have a bachelor's in math, and we actually talked about this in my proofs class, so I have the answer for you. So first, I'm going to guide you through the proof that showed up on my feed the other day. So they said that we know that 1/3 is equal to 0.3 repeating. And if we take 1/3 and multiply it by 3, then we get 3/3, which is equal to 1. And then if we take 0.3 repeating and multiply that by 3, then we get 0.9 repeating. And therefore, 1 must equal 0.9 repeating. And actually, when we were asked to prove that 1 equals 0.9 repeating in my proofs class, a student brought this up. And my professor said that it was a good idea, but it was a bit of an oversimplification. Now, we didn't elaborate on that, and if I'm being entirely honest, my degree's in financial mathematics, so I'm not super well versed with the more theoretical side of things. But if I were to guess, I would say that this proof probably actually works the other way around. That we aren't able to say that 0.9 repeating equals 1 because we know that 0.3 repeating equals 1/3, that we're actually able to say that 0.3 repeating equals 1/3 because we know that 0.9 repeating equals 1. Don't hold me to that. I'm not entirely positive that that's why this is wrong, but regardless, my professor, who certainly knows way more about math than I do, said that it was wrong, so I believe him. But we do still know that 0.9 repeating does in fact equal 1, so now I'll guide you through the proof that I was shown to actually show it. I'm sure that there are actually a bunch of ways to show this. This is just the way that I was taught, so it's the one I'm going to use. I'm going to start out by introducing a notation that's going to be 0.9 with some subscript n. And n is going to be an integer that indicates the number of 9s that comes after the decimal point. So for example, 0.9 with the subscript 2 would be 0.99, 0.9 with the subscript 3 would be 0.999, and so on. So 0.9 repeating actually has an infinite number of 9s after it, but an integer can never actually equal infinity. So in order to find out what 0.9 repeating is equal to, we need to take the limit as n approaches infinity of this 0.9 with the subscript n, and that limit is equal to 1. So therefore we know that 0.9 repeating is in fact equal to 1. Now, of course, this proof is a little bit more theoretical, a little bit harder to wrap your head around, so I understand why it doesn't periodically make rounds around the internet. But if you were curious as to what the actual proof to show it is, here you go.